Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this in After Effects. You're going to need optical flares if you want it to look this good, but if you don't have it, don't worry, we can still make it look pretty good with the built-in lens flare feature, but not nearly as nice as if you have optical flares. It's pretty easy. It does take a little bit of time though, so let's make a new project. Save. Okay, so click this button. 1080p looks good. Okay. So I'm going to start by putting in stars, so hit Control Y for a new solid, and make it black, I guess, it doesn't really matter. Now type into Effects and Presets. If you don't have that open, you can hit Control 5, Control 5, I think? Yes, Control 5? Yeah, Control 5 opens and closes Effects and Presets, or you can do Window, Effects and Presets, I think it's in here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Or whatever, but it's just a much easier way to get to the effects. So type in fractal noise and drag that onto the solid, and that gives us this. And we want this to look like stars, so it's pretty easy. We just click transform, scale it that way, and then we're gonna turn the contrast way up and the brightness down. You can hold down Shift if you want it to go quickly. Okay, so that looks pretty good for stars, just for really quick. I guess you could mess with this more if you want them closer or farther away or whatever, but that's good. Okay, so hit Enter once you have that selected and name it Stars, just so that we can keep this thing organized-ish. Okay, and now we're going to make those nebulas. Let me see, do I still have that here? Yeah, we're going to make these nebulas right here and here. And they are extremely easy to make too, actually. So hit Control Y and name it Nebula or whatever. That works. Drag on Fractal Noise. Fractal Noise is a really good effect. And so now what we're going to do is turn the contrast up a teeny little bit and the brightness down a tiny little bit. And then you take your pen tool and you just sort of randomly click around a random shape that's about the size of what you would want it to be, like that. Okay? And now turn the guideline thingies, whatever they are called, off. Mask path. And hit MM when you have the nebula layer selected, and then we're going to feather it out to like 109 looks good, and then hit T for transparency or opacity and drag that down a little bit. And now we're going to type into Effects and Presets Tint, drag on that, and then click the map white and set it to like a bluish color, and just find one that we like. It's pretty good, and maybe we can take the opacity up a bit. That was pretty good. Okay, and now you can just position that however you want it. So maybe like that. Hit R to rotate, and a little bit. Put it right about there. I'm not going to make this one look as nice as the other one, because I'm not going to have time to mess with it as much as I did in the other one for the tutorial, but you'll get the idea. And you can stretch these a little bit. It doesn't really matter if you keep it perfectly the same. Okay, so that's one. Now we're going to duplicate it, Control D, and I guess I'll rename it Nebula 2. And drag it over here, rotate it like that, and now click this button, and we're going to move these around a little bit to make it look different. Just a little bit. I'm looking for sort of a long-ish one here. Something like that's probably fine. And maybe we can rotate it a bit more. Something like that, a little bit less maybe. I don't know. Something like that. Okay, that's fine. It's close enough. And then we're going to map the white to a purpley color. Yeah, that's good. Okay. This one I think should almost be darker. I'm going to make that a little bit darker. Something like that. Okay. So there we go. We got our little nebula thingies or whatever. And so now I guess I'm going to put in the planet. So I am just going to grab a planet right here that I've downloaded. Click project. Just Google Images. Grab this. It's a moon or whatever. Put that on. So this is the one that I'm using. I'm not going to put a link to it probably because really all you have to do to get a picture like this is just Google, go to Google Images and type in planet or moon or something like that and just pick one that you like and drag it in here, and that's all you're going to have to do. It's not hard. And so then I'm going to click the ellipse tool. If you don't have the ellipse tool up, you can hit Q to toggle through. I think by default it looks like a square, so you just click the square, hold, and then drag to the ellipse tool, or just hit Q to toggle through. So now I'm going to try to, it's getting cut off here at the edges, so I'm going to try to make a mask around the planet, and I really suck at doing that, so then I'm going to take the mouse tool and try to line it up a bit. That's good there. That's good there. That's good, and that's good. That's pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to hit MM till you get that. I think it might be 3 times. And then we're going to feather it a little bit, like 20 or something, and then change, or 43, and then change the mask expansion. Okay, I guess only like 1 pixel. Did I mess something up here? Don't think I lined that up well. We can drag these little handles out a little bit. We'll make it a little bit more of a circle, because planets are circles generally, not ovals or whatever. Dum-da-dum. Okay. That looks pretty good. So now, let me see, where did I put this thing before? Take the scale down, but you just hit S, by the way, on the keyboard to bring up the scale and drag that down. And so I'll put that like here. We can adjust our nebulas too, if we want. Something like that. I recommend having the moon on top of the nebulas, just because it tends to look prettier, I think. Because if you have the nebula on top, it looks like that, which looks weird. So, anyway, and the purple one we might want it to be a little bit bigger, so just click and drag, hold down Shift if you want it to stay the same. Scale, or keep the same aspect ratio or whatever. So that looks okay for, let me see, this is what we had before. That looks okay for pretty quick. So now I'm going to add on a tiny little bit of color correction. So type hue saturation, drag that onto your planet, and mine is so bright blue, you might not need it for yours, but I'm going to drag this down a little bit. Also, if you want to change the color, you can just drag this over, and you can make sort of like a reddish planet and drag down. I don't know. Doesn't fit very well in this scene. I like the blue, but something like that's probably good. And yeah, okay, that's good. Now the light is coming from the bottom, and I think that looks kind of weird. So we're going to hit R on the planet and rotate it and make the light coming from sort of over there-ish. That's probably good. Okay. And let me see. Now, hit Control, what is it? Control Alt Y? Yeah, Control Alt Y makes a new adjustment layer, or you can just do like layer new adjustment layer or whatever. And this is going to be, rename it, or just CC, color correction. And also I forgot to name the planet, so just hit enter, planet. Okay. So now I'm just going to make a little bit of a vignette. So type in curves and drag that on to the color correction. Click this line right here in the middle and just drag it down. It should be making everything darker. And then click the ellipse tool right here. Just double click it, and it will make a perfect ellipse. If I turn on these handles so you can see here. I keep calling it. It's mask path, I think is what it's supposed to be called. Yeah. So yeah, it makes that circle. That obviously looks horrible. So then we are going to click right down here. Click subtract. So it puts it on the outside edge and subtracts it. Duh. And then we're going to hit the drop down or click M several times to bring that up. And feather it out like that. And then hit T for opacity, transparency. That's how I remember it. And then drag that out to like there. And the color correction we're going to want to keep on top of everything else. So, see. It's going to make a bit of a difference. I know it doesn't look like it does a lot right now, but it does. So, now we're going to need a new layer. So, let me see. Control Y. New solid. And click OK. Drag it under the color correction. And now click Effect, Video Copilot, Optical Flares. Or you can type into Effects and Presets, Optical Flares. For some reason, I'm used to doing everything in Effects and Presets, except for the ones by Video Copilot, and I always go like that for some reason. So anyway, no reason not to do it in Effects and Presets, but let's get on with it. So we're going to set this right here to screen, so that we can still see what we're doing. And then we're going to click position XY, click this little button thingy, and put it where we want it. So I want it like right about here. Right about there. And then drag this little thingy over, maybe a little bit like that. We're going to want to turn up the brightness. Something like that. Maybe move this up a bit. Because I'm trying to act like there's a light shining there. I don't even know what this would be. It's not... It doesn't really make sense, but it looks pretty, so we'll go with it. Let me see. Yeah, so we want to make this a little bit bluer, so click the color and drag to a blue, and then just maybe something like that. Just very slight. You don't want to put it here, it'll look way too blue. You want to just like very slight little hint of blue. And that's pretty good. Okay, and now we are going to, also if I turn off the color correction, you can see it makes quite a bit of a difference now that you can see it. So now hit Control D. Let's rename this Light, sorry. Light, and then the one that we just duplicated, Light 2. Okay, and so for Light 2, we want it to be about here. And then I'm going to change the type. Click Options, it'll bring up this little Optical Flares menu thingy, and it opens the preset browser. I'm gonna, let's see. I want one with a line that goes across. I don't remember which one I used before. You can actually make your own if you feel like it. That's kind of cool. I don't like those things though. That would work. That might work. It's a little bit. I keep doing that. Ooh, this one. This one looks nice. Okay, we'll use that one. Okay, so that gives us that, and then we want to take the brightness down a little bit. And then we can mess with the color, obviously, too, if we want. Make it red. No, I don't think so. you actually might be able to get away with some sort of like a... Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. But yeah, just sort of pick what you want. I like a bluish. You could do like a light blue. I don't know. I like a sort of this bluish color. Something like that. Okay. That's probably good. And then you can mess with the color correction again and see if you want to turn it up or down or whatever. And I'm messing with the opacity, obviously. Okay, so that's pretty much it as to how you can make this. It's not like a video or anything, but I mean, you could, I don't know. You can obviously make hit P. You can make the planet move around. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you'd want to do with this. But yeah, and you could also have the lights move around and stuff like that if you want. Just you know, change the position or whatever if you wanted just like a little bit of something. I don't know. You're the one watching this tutorial, so you obviously wanted to know how to make this. So anyway, that's how you make it. You can play around and animate the lights or whatever. Oh, and I guess I should show you, if you don't have optical flares, what you can do to sort of copy it but not make it look quite as good. So you can type into Effects and Presets, Lens Flare, right here. We need a new, let me see, we need a new thing. So Control Y for new solid. Lame flare. That's what I'll call it. For all you lamos who don't have optical flares. And then we're going to duplicate it, make 2 of it, and then just drag the lens flare onto both of them. And set them both to screen. And I guess I'm going to turn these off temporarily. Okay. And that one off. Okay, so this one we are going to put up here, just like before. That looks horrible. We have so many less options, obviously. So, and then we got different types of things. That's probably the best of all of them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 105. And so then click tint, just like before, or I guess no, I guess we didn't need that before. And I'm gonna click here, give it a bluish tint thing. And if you don't like flare brightness, we can turn up a little bit too. If you don't like the maybe I'll make that closer to white. I'm sorry, keep interrupting myself. It's not that bad in this, but if you see these lines here that the flare is making, they're too perfect or whatever, I like to give it just a fast blur like this, and then make it like 3. Maybe not 3, maybe a little bit more. Something like that. And then we can take the transparency down, hit T, do something like that. And then let me turn that, or I guess we can leave it on. Turn this one on, and we're going to want to put it over here like before. Right there. Okay. And basically we want to do the same thing. Turn up the brightness. Set it to... Oh, that almost looked like another planet right here for a second. Okay, that's pretty good. And now we're going to draw a mask. So click here, give it a little curve thingy for the little bright spot. Sorry. Hold down Alt, drag that in, and then click way over here, click way back, and then do another little curvy thingy. And then turn that off, hit MM, feather it out a little bit. It's not looking as good as it did before. My other one looked like that. This one looked like this. Yeah. Maybe pinch these in a little bit. I don't know why it's expanding out that way. That's what I'm trying to... It's not doing its stuff right. Maybe turn the brightness down a bit. Oh, and tint it too. That'll make it look better. This is not looking how I want it to. Guys, I'm sorry. Maybe take the scale up. Anyway, play around with it, see if you do better than I did, because that did not turn out well at all. At all. So, yeah, post video responses if you want, if you use this effect, and just let me see how you did, or tell me why my lens flares are not looking good right off, because I'm forgetting. I don't use the normal lens flare plug-in effect thingamajiggy. I don't use that often. I usually just use the nice ones. So I don't spend much time with the others. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I post free pre-keyed video effects on my channel, so poke around and grab some of those if you want, because you just have to drag them onto your footage and you're done, and that's it. So those are pretty nice, and you might want to take advantage of that. So yeah, anyway, subscribe if you feel like it, post video responses, stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and sorry I sort of screwed everything up at the end. That was a mistake. But for most people who have optical flares, it'll work well. So anyway, yeah, okay, I will stop rambling now. Bye, guys. Hope it helped.